Okay, this is a diesel engine. It is kicked into high idle mode. It's actually idling higher than 600 RPM. It's idling at 850 RPM. And if it was not idling in cold idle mode, the exhaust would be excessive. But you see the color of that smoke because there's unburned fuel in there. If you just get in your diesel, start it up and drive away without letting the engine get to operating temperature, you're actually creating more carbon buildup in your engine than you would had you just left it sit in high idle mode and warm up. You'll know when your engine is good to go when this smoke is almost gone or is not existing anymore. And by the way, a healthy diesel, you shouldn't see any exhaust until you have to punch it out on a heavy load. But yeah, right now it's in high idle mode, warming up, engine's getting to temperature, and eventually the smoke will just disappear when the engine gets to temperature and all the fuel is burning properly. As you can see, it's been less than a minute and the smoke is already dissipating. It's almost gone. That means that the engine is almost at operating temperature, where I will not be having big clouds of smoke out my back when I'm driving down. And do you know why it's a good reason to let your truck warm up? See, look at that, smoke's almost gone. But the reason why it's good to warm up, that big cloud of smoke coming out of the back, creating carbon emissions and unburnt fuel being dumped into the air and giving diesel a bad name. It also blocks the visibility and vision of the person driving behind you, and that smell of that exhaust goes into their vehicle and stinks. But not only that, your windows aren't fully defogged yet. See, look at that, defogging. My windows need to defog and defrost properly. If I get into that vehicle without allowing my engine coolant to be at temperatures, that way it's blowing warm enough air for me to drive in it, just my breath is enough to fog up those windows and impair my vision. Look at this. The exhaust is gone. No exhaust. Engine is warm and ready to go. There you go. So yeah, has a high idle mode. All diesels have a high idle mode that mitigate the carbon buildup in the engine, but also help you save fuel and also do less damage to the environment. So yes, it takes 1 to 2 minutes to let your vehicle warm up in the winter. I've seen more damage done to modern diesels and vintage diesels from not being warmed up properly in the wintertime. I've seen blown head gaskets, cracked cylinders, cracked heads, bent rods. You see, the cylinder needs to get to the appropriate temperature to burn the fuel properly. The heat of the temperature and of the cylinder is a big factor. Not only that, the coolant needs to get to a proper temperature. Don't be an idiot. Don't listen to fools. Listen to real mechanics.